Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Here we are with two of the VI legends, Joe Rimsky and Jim Jordan. Together about 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, we used to rule the town with an iron fist, and it's amazing that we're all in the same room together 20 years later. And each one of them has inspired me in ways that they don't really know, and I know why. But I'm going to tell you, Joe got married really young. And he got married at, 19, 20, something like that. 20 years old, right? And think about the time period. Marriages, you just don't do that. It's unheard of. 20 years old and getting married, and immediately the light bulb goes off. I'm thinking white trash or something like that. We sat not in this room, but we sat one block away where the original episode were filmed. And we all made predictions on how long his marriage would last. And I think the longest was 2 years. Joe's going on, 19 years of marriage now?
19.
And it's an amazing thing to me. Like, kudos to you for making it work. And Joe, let's start off by asking you this. And I mean, we'll get into some VI old moments, but I was thinking about this. You get married young, you have your kids, you miss 21, 22, 23 when we're out pretending like we're Motley Crue, getting drunk and shit. Man, you're going to be, your kids are almost grown up. You and Kim are going to have the rest of your lives, and you're young. Do you guys have any plans for the future? Like, as soon as the youngest turns 18, hey, bam, we're leaving, going here, traveling. I mean, I got to know, man. It's a blessing, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I mean, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You're what's good with the world, you guys. I mean, surviving a lot of things that I didn't survive. You know, like, I thought I sat there and fought for my marriage. It ended up going downhill real quick. But congrats. What's going on with you guys? I mean, do you have any plans? I got to hear this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. As soon as we get rid of the kids out of the house, we're definitely
that's
going to
awesome.
start
What a blessing for you guys.
travel a little more, do more things on our own. We're very family-oriented. We do a lot of stuff together as a
absolutely.
family.
I think it's awesome.
So as soon as Joey's getting ready to go to college this fall, so he's going to Cal U, so he'll be out of the house. Unfortunately, he'll probably be back every weekend. But no,
that's all right,
good.
man.
Yeah, I'm just joking. No, we wouldn't know what to do without him there. But Ashley's in 9th grade. She'll be in 4 more years, then she'll be going to college. After that, after we pay off all the school loans 10 years later, then we'll probably start to travel some more.
Oh, that's awesome! And you're going to be like 48. I mean, it's young. God bless. I mean, that's awesome. Now, last time I talked to you, he was running for the state championship. How'd he do?
Well, he did all right.
I mean, to make it there, think about that. If there's 100 runners, even if you come in 100th, you're still better than 50,000 other runners. I mean, that's awesome. How'd he do?
He did pretty well. He psyched himself out a little bit. He started out too hard. I mean, you know how that is. He did the same thing that he was doing. But he psyched himself out a little bit, started out real hard, and died out at the end. But no, we're very proud of him.
Yeah. Does he run track? Is that's his sport?
Cross country and track. Yeah.
Awesome. He's doing indoor?
Well, no, they got rid of indoor.
Did they really?
They did. This is the first year they haven't had it.
Wow.
The school district cut it too much money.
And indoor was fun. And Mike, I'm not going to waste too much time going back, but this is a 20-year. Indoor track for me was awesome. And I'll get to you in a minute, Jim. I can see you. I want to be interviewed right now.
I'm good.
But indoor track was awesome because, like, when I was a freshman, I took it kind of serious. And then as a sophomore, I realized, holy shit, I'm on a college campus. There's student unions. So what I would do is, I remember, I forget who it was with me, Kirkford. Well, anyways, it don't matter. We left Slippery Rock campus, walked into town, sat down at a pizza shop, ate pizza, walked back to the campus. Then I became notorious for leaving campus. We were up at Penn State my senior year, and well, no, this one was at Robert Morris. I looked at my senior year. I looked at the list of events. 300. That's the race. Because I run the first race, I could sit back and relax the rest of the afternoon. So I would leave and go to the student union, play game. You know, my coach, Chuck Stock, comes up to me and says, "What are you running?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to run a 300." He looked at me and he goes, You're not fast enough." I may not be. I won, right? I come in first place, got a gold medal, and I went over to him and said, "I won." I left, and I was at the student union, and I could care less about the medal or even winning at that point. I just wanted to have fun at the college, because you'd run around the colleges. I don't know if they still do that, but we'd run at Penn State, Robert Morris, Slippery Rock. I mean, it was a nice time. I heard a guy at the gym say he was going to West Virginia for one, but good for you, good for the family. And next, we got Jim Jordan, and last year we had an episode. We were all going through some tragedies and some deaths, and I got to say this about that. There's always that one person that comes into your life that helps you get through something, and for me it was this guy, and he'd always been there for me. But when my dad died, there's that moment where, like, the next day you're kind of, for me, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't understand what's going on. It's like all surreal. This guy wouldn't leave my side till I was good and ready. And I was telling Christy today about, like, after he died, I took my Chevy S10 and drove through that lady's yard, and she's like, "Why?" I go, "Because I couldn't cope. Like, I just, this is the guy here that would reel me in when I got a little too big for my britches, or so to speak." I remember sitting there going, "Hey, listen, I don't know if this will make you laugh, Rick, but turn on Cartoon Network." And we watched Cartoon Planet.
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. We howled for, like, what, 3 or 4 nights. And then Friday we went to that football game, and we made the fuck BVA. Remember that? We were painting the sign down.
We were painting downstairs.
Yeah, we were painting downstairs, and my mom goes,
came down.
"Yeah," she goes, "What are you saying? Good luck, Bell Vernon?" We're like, "Yeah, that's what we're doing." And it said fuck BVA. So I'd like to welcome to the show Jim Jordan. Glad to have you. And you yourself have been going through a little bit. We're not going to go into details, but I know things are turning the right way for you. And boy, I could not be happier, because I've literally, not to blow smoke up your ass, I've literally prayed on this for the last 3 months, and I can't tell you how happy I am for you, and how worried I was about you. And even Sis was. She's like, "Is he everything okay?" I said, "He's going to be fine." I've reached out to him, you know, and people rip on Facebook all the time, but I think it's a good thing, because, you know, if it wasn't for Facebook, we probably may have lost touch.
Right.
Some family members I have in Massachusetts, we would have lost touch, and, you know,
sometimes it's a good thing.
Yeah, you know, I mean, overall I think it is, because it keeps us all in touch with, you know, with each other.
Everybody else.
You know, so Jim, tell us what's going on in your life, man. You lost a lot of weight, looking good. I think, you know, Joe,
Yeah.
you guys, damn.
Dropped about 50 pounds recently. So
that's
that's
hard.
pretty a good thing.
Yeah, 50 pounds is a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I was a little too big for myself there. I've never been that big before. And I looked in the mirror, saw my belly, said, "Damn, look at that thing." That wasn't a good thing. So
Yeah,
I dropped that weight. I mean, other than that, I really don't do much at all, except for just kind of hang out with my son and wife and go to work. That's really all I do. I don't find much time for much else. I'm a boring guy now.
Nah, I find that hard to believe, because you're...
Well, I always find some way to have fun, but still.
Yeah, if you're anything like you were back then, Jesus. Even if you toned it down a little bit, holy crap. I'm telling you, first time I ever got drunk, him. First time I ever puked, him. Like Jim said, Jim, the reason why I
dry water.
It is dry water, and I knew what was going on. I was just playing along back then.
Yeah, sure you were.
Well, you got to remember, you hung out with Jess. If I didn't go along with what he said, he's going to beat the hell out of me, you know. Alright, he
Yeah.
says jump, you jump, you know, because if not, you're going to get your ass whipped and jump anyways.
Yeah, if you
Figure
didn't
it's
jump
easier
in, we
just-
would have threw you in it. So, go ahead, Matt.
I remember the one time, that Mike, true story here. Two of them, two good Jim Jordan stories. One, he was a big Ric Flair guy, and I just started rooting for Hogan when they fought at Bash at the Beach, and Hogan beat the hell out of him. Well, Jim and I think Jess was there. They got pissed off. The next thing you know, Rodney Yardy goes, "Hey Jess, how about a 358 followed by like a 265 or some shit like that?" The next thing you know, I'm getting kicked in the leg. I'm getting pile drive. Like I'm getting beat. And then the other time, I remember you picked me up for a pile driver at Troy's, and I farted right in your face.
That's the last time I ever did a
and
power
he went
driver
like
on
this,
you.
and he went like this and just dropped me at first. Like, oh man, that hurt.
That was horrible, man. You think that hurt? Imagine having your face in a fart. That's not a
But
good
the
thing.
smell goes away, the concussion lasts.
It goes away eventually. I mean, sooner or later.
That was one of the better moments. That was what it was. I don't know. It was one of Troy's get-togethers. I don't mean to embarrass either one of you two. However, we got some clips.
You ain't embarrassing me.
Oh boy.
Now Joe's the family man, and he's gonna have to live with this. But see, your wife was a part of it too, so she knows what's going on. Joe, speaking of which, the best moment on
shit,
that Rick
you're
Barrett, one of the
jumping
best that I always remember, because I don't remember half this crap. We came out to you and Kim's first date. You guys were hanging out, and we were filming outside the house. The best part of the whole thing, this is the best part. Chad shut the camera off on the best part. Now, and you look back and you're somewhat embarrassed and you're thinking, damn, we could have really gotten killed. But you're not, you don't know when you're 18, 19, you don't think
care.
that way. Yeah, you don't. So Joe comes out of the house, right? He comes out, he's hulked up and we're watching this and laughing. He's coming down to whoop someone's ass, right? And rightfully so, he should. But he's actually laid it on thick. And Joe is slimmed down. He's a big dude, and he's a tough dude. So we're laughing at this. Then all of a sudden, Aaron flips open the car door, walks up, and goes, "Hey, Joe." And his chest goes from this down to like, "Oh, hey, Aaron, thank God it's you." Like it's almost like he breathed a sigh. It's relief. Thank God I don't have to fight anybody, or oh shit, that's Aaron. I'm dead. Either way, it was one. And Chad shut the camera off for the whole thing, and then filmed Kim at the end, mother effing me, which she should have done. I mean, looking back, I mean. That was one of the better moments of the show we've ever had. But the best part was never was on film because Chad's sitting in I didn't film that. Oh man, that was the best part.
Classic
Because we're freaking howling, you know. Like, here comes Joe bulking up, and Joe was big then, you know. He's even making him. He looks like a hawk. He's spreading them wings, man, coming down. But anyways, Mike, why don't you roll the footage of Joe here and see what you were like back in, 1995? I think that was fall of 95. Late
Yeah.
fall.
Fall 95. So, all right, let's check that clip out.
Look what we found behind door number. Oh, hey. What's going on out there? Joe. hey, Missy, did you know? I can't have blown up there.
That didn't happen. I mean, what?
Did you know what they did out
Did you
there?
know that Joe wants a sexy body?
Want you to kiss me?
Whatever
Try to get a
happened to
little
that?
smooch action.
Try.
Let me ask you this, and I don't want to offend
Can't
Kim,
hurt
and I'm
to
sorry,
try.
Mrs. Rimsky. Whatever happened to Misty? Are you friends on Facebook, or she's kind
I
of
haven't
like,
seen her in probably 19 years.
holy shit?
Damn.
What about Renee? Well, that's
She's doing good.
yeah, that's Kim's cousin, right?
Yeah. Yep, she's doing good.
Does she look better than she did there back in the day?
Of course. All women look better when they get older.
You know what I think?
Did you see
there's
that
some
hair
truth
back
to that.
then?
Yes, you're right. You're right about that. All right, I'll say this. Other than us guys in this room, well, no, hold on, I'm going to say that wrong. But I think we're the only ones that improved. Like, look at it. Class of 1995 is ugly, and we stayed pretty good looking, I gotta admit.
Hey, I'm 94.
Yeah.
Your class is ugly except for you. I mean,
Well, thanks.
well,
I appreciate that.
95 and 94, you know, hey, I think we kind of look better than we did. I mean, I never looked good to begin with, but anyways, it is what it is. No big deal. So, Jim, we have you as well on the show from back in 1995.
That could be a little
Is that 95 or 96?
It was late 96,
Yeah, I
actually.
think it was late 96, maybe even into 97, huh?
Yeah, around then. It was a late 96 or early 97. It was around then.
Yeah, because wasn't Kosh, anyways, we're not going to get into
It's when
that.
Kosh, we first started to get to know him at that time.
Because Devin was down there.
Because I met him around New Year's Eve. That's when I first met him. It was New Year's Eve 96. So like this, yeah, this had to be early 97.
All right, Jim, we're going back to 97, which is only, 18 years? Oh, my God, wow.
Damn, we're old heads.
All right, we're going to roll this, Jim. Here's you back in the day.
Let's see it.
The vault.
Where's Rick going?
Seems Mrs. Hodge was pretty salty about the interview that we just did with him.
Look how skinny I
So I think
was.
we're gonna have to let him know. So let's just hide from the camera.
Damn.
Camera shy. It happens when you first interview someone.
Yeah, Jesus, you look at him.
Wow, I was like young. Yeah. I was probably about 130 pounds then.
Hello?
And the cell phone, the Polly Dangerously
Look
cell
at that
phone.
thing. Beat somebody over the head with that.
Are you guys coming here? Hi. It was
What the hell
Jed's
is
page.
playing in the background?
Sounds like.
Yeah, and this is Kosh's cell.
Koster's phone.
Amazing.
Yeah, I stole it.
We just did an on-site interview. You're live on the Rick Barrett Show. What would you like to say? Well, hold on a second. I'll just repeat what you said. Now go on with this again. Well, we're live on the phone with Jim Bowler, and he's being kind
Jim
of camera
Bowler.
shy. Even though he's not on the camera.
I love Jim Bowler.
Okay, you're not going to say nothing then? Okay, I heard something about saying something about a Mac that he is or something. I don't know what though. That's all I heard. Me? No, Devin, you're just a. Never mind.
And you're right about that. The shoe fits.
Right.
All right.
Just being truthful.
And yes. Okay.
Wait. We were somewhere and you did that, and we were with a bunch of chicks. Holy crap! And I'm trying to place
I
the
used to
right.
do that a lot.
These guys, let me tell you, Mike, and I'm glad. Like, not so much Joe. He would always let me have it. You know, if I was with a, good for him. These guys were at McDonald's in West Mifflin, Jim Bowler and Jordan, right? And the one girl comes over after I go piss, and they're like, she's like, hey, I think your friend's cute. Well, instead of being nice guys, these assholes told her, like, they were like, oh, well, that's cool and all, but he don't play for the right team. What do you mean? Well, our buddy's gay. And they told her I was gay because they were
something like that.
Yeah, you did. And I remember I walked out and then she kind of gave me an awkward look. I was like, what's that all about? Remember Still Valley chicks? Oh,
We
man.
love Still Valley.
I remember, hey, we used to pull the brother gimmick all the time.
It
Where
worked.
the fuck were we? We were at some apartment in Munhall or something, and the one girl we were with took a liking to me, and I was home from college from Virginia. And you were
I
pissed
somewhat
off.
remember that.
Okay, they had a friend Dylan, and he was going to fight somebody at an apartment at Streets Run Road, and we drop him off, and we're sitting there, we're on the hood of the car, and these two girls and Dylan are going to fight this dude. The dude comes on, and he's sitting there warming up, and you're just fucking laughing at him. He's like, he can't fight. He's going to get his ass whooped. Well, anyways, we get back to the apartment, and the girl's like, Jim, your brother is so fly. Hey, you want a beer? I'm like, yeah. And he's pissed. Because this girl's feeding me beers, and he's sitting there sober, like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you when we get out of here." I'll never forget that. Hey, and before we sign off, you could appreciate this. Jim meets a girl at South Park. Hey, we're going to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. You guys ought to come.
Oh Christ! That was the
Right. I don't want to go, but I got.
That was the worst thing I ever did.
Right. So I'm like. Jim, I don't know if we should go. He's like, yeah, dude, we'll go. I got to borrow $5 from my dad. So I go in. This is 95, I think. And I go, Dad, can I borrow $5? I want to go see a late movie. And he goes, what movie are you going to see? I said, oh, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And he's, And Jim's in the room. We're like, what the fuck? He goes, audience participation. He hands me the 5. We're like, what's that supposed to mean? He's like, audience participation.
I'm glad that chick knew, because she told me to duck.
Yeah, that's the
When it was
thing. It's
time to
fucked up. Yeah. So we go there, right? And I'm bitching at him. He's getting cranky with me. He's like, Rick, I get along. I fit in with anybody. I fit in with anybody. I'm like, no, dude, we're so screwed. We walk into the Dormont Theater, and we're up there, and we walk in. Remember, we walk in, and everybody's on stage, and these people are screaming, fuck you. We're like, what the fuck's going on in there? Let's walk around. And I'm bitching at him because I'm pissed. Because it's all a bunch of freaks, right? We go downstairs, and it's even worse. Jim looks at me, and he says, I don't think I fit in here. Really? I know this. Where's your
Just an
girl?
observation.
You're making me mad. Don't. So we go in and we sit down. The girl finally shows up. She's like, hey, did you guys get de-virginized? No, what the fuck's that? She's like, yeah, when you're first time here, you're supposed to go up on stage and get de-virginized. She's like, you know, remember, she's like, listen, when I tell you to duck, duck. So we're watching this thing, and I'm like, oh my God. And the only thing I can remember is the rainstorm with the super soakers, the hot dogs that came flying past your head. I don't remember much of it, the decks of cards. And every time Meatloaf would show up, Meatloaf showed up, and they were like, there's a greaser for the freezer like a bat out of hell. And then the guy would go, asshole.
A lot more than me.
The guy, they called the dude, the main character, asshole, and Susan Sarandon was slut. And that's all I remember it. But it was such an eye-opening experience. Like every time, every time somebody says, I want to go see the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I freaking laugh. And I'm like, hey,
did too.
I don't want to warn them, you know. I don't like, hey, you got to learn the hard way, you know.
We did. Yeah, we learned the hard
And
way.
we didn't even learn that hard because we didn't get de-virginized. But oh god, now we screwed ourselves in the future here. But
if we ever go again,
I'm never going again. And my dad goes, how's the movie? I go, never again. He started laughing. I told you audience participation. I go, yeah, but you should have warned me. Gee, I needed a raincoat and like a helmet. You know?
Right.
And it's a true story. That the pack of hot dogs come whizzing past Jim's head.
They threw a whole pack.
Yeah, they were throwing packs of hot dogs. Yeah, and they were fucking frozen. It's not.
That's awesome.
Go check it out.
It was horrible.
If anybody asks if you're de-virginized, yeah. You've been there many a times. I just want to take my wife to go see it, and don't say a damn word about the rest of it. Like I'm telling you, you just sit there
Well, now
and you're
you
like,
just told everybody on there.
If anybody goes, I mean, come on, really. Just don't tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
it don't matter.
You're all de-virginized.
Well, that's in the past, though. We're going to the future.
Yeah, that's in the past. He may have, when this show episode, he may have been to virgin. I'm telling you what, holy crap, that was. I look back at that. I do. That's one of the fondest memories I have.
And the Grimace cookie fights.
I don't remember that too much. I don't think I was around for that much.
Yeah, we used to fight the Grimaces at McDonald's and then throw them at everybody. Whenever one lost, we just threw it at somebody.
That's what Jordan. We're at McDonald's. Go figure. And he's going like this. Yes, yes, yes. He's gonna do her. He's gonna do her. And the hot chick walked by, and Jim goes, "Oh man, damn." Oh man. Oh,
That's
good
great.
times with these guys, man. Well, anyways, that wraps up this segment. We'll catch you later on That Rick Barrett Show.
See y'all later.
See ya.
Man, it's great to reminisce.
Oh yeah, we can do this all night long. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, man. I remember. Mike, I'm going to draw 3 names out of here. Preliminary round only.
See what you get for a preliminary.
Holy shit! Holy shit! The mother load. You ain't going to believe this one. I'm going to let Russ, the man of 1,000 words, read this one. Honest to God. No bullshit. So now you know. Holy shit.
Annie, you're coming on the show.
Let's go to
Let's
name
see.
number 2.
Oh, wait. Well, somewhat. Okay.
Name number 2 is Lisa D. Well, at least we're getting chicks instead of dudes. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Number 3, Brian Mayola.
Oh. That's what happens when you change the format.
Ninja mask, Christmas sweater, and oven mitts. Come on. And I was in that closet for half an hour sweating my balls off.